Hi, I'm Kat Robinson. Welcome to my kitchen. I have for many years crisscrossed the state looking for great restaurants, culinary adventures, and superlative stories about Arkansas and its people. Now it's time we turn our attention to our magnificent chefs and home cooks who are coming back to their kitchens and sharing what they do. Folks are discovering what's in their pantry and recognizing how to use it. We're going back to our old church and community cookbooks and our family card files with recipes from our grandparents and our great-grandparents, and bringing out some of our own favorite comfort food dishes. It's a unique time to celebrate our state's culinary traditions. Like many of you, I'm rediscovering my kitchen and what I can create in this space. So are my friends, home cooks, and top chefs that are working with the ingredients that they have on hand to create delectable dishes. It's an extraordinary time to share these delights with our families and others, and to bring us all to the virtual table together. Let's head up to Harriet in the Arkansas Ozarks, where my friends Ruth and Grace Pepler are going to show us how to take farm fresh hen eggs and make the perfect 2-egg omelet.
Hi, my name is Grace. This is my mother Ruth, and we are at Dogwood Hills Guest Farm in Harriet, Arkansas. Today we're going to show you how to make a 2-egg omelet.
We're going to start by pre-cooking all our ingredients that are going to go along with our omelet. So first we're going to heat our skillets. And we've got some cast iron skillets here. We're going to do our mushrooms and our sausage ahead of time. So we'll get our sausage in this pan. We've got some nice patties. These are locally grown pork ground for us for sausage. And now we've added our own ingredients. We have ginger, sage, and local maple syrup, along with some salt and pepper. Okay, we're gonna put them on low and get them going because that's the very last thing we're gonna need. We're also gonna start our mushrooms over here. First, we need to take our mushrooms that we got at the store and we're gonna brush them off. You can wash them. That's another way. If you're gonna use them right away, don't wash mushrooms that you're gonna put back in the refrigerator. Taking our button stem off, toss it to the side. You can save that to make a soup stock or something later, so don't throw those out, put them in a baggie and get them in your stock. And we're gonna get our mushrooms cut nice and thin, pop that stem out. And we're gonna dump these in this pan with, how about a little bit of butter there? You just throw a little bit more butter in that for me.
Butter?
Yeah, just a little pat of butter is fine. If we were making one omelet, this is probably enough mushrooms for one omelet. Since there's 2 of us here this morning, we're gonna make 2 for breakfast because it's smelling really good.
So while she's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and start cracking our eggs. Because these are farm fresh eggs, we always crack them into a separate bowl that we're not gonna mix in, just in case it got stuck behind the hen. Take our fork and we're gonna lightly beat them. Then set that aside. Gonna take our brush and just put, probably half a tablespoon of butter or so in our pan. Get it nice and coated so that our egg doesn't stick. Put a little more butter in the mushrooms.
A little bit more butter in the mushrooms. There we go. And Grace and I are big fans of brown butter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So she's going to let that get so it's almost a little toasty and well bubbled up before she puts her eggs in there and gives you a really nice nutty flavor to the butter.
See our butter's starting to bubble. We're going to give it another, 20 or 30 seconds and let it start. You don't want it to hit the smoking point, but right about before that, you're gonna put your egg in. So this is a carbon steel. It's a French crepe pan actually, but it works really well for omelets too because it has that nice flat edge it helps you lift it up. Like cast iron, it needs to be seasoned, and once it gets that seasoning on it, it's pretty non-stick, which is one of the really nice things, especially for omelets. So our pan's pretty ready. I normally take my fork that I use to beat it and just let a little bit of the egg drip into it and see if it's ready. So it is. I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in. And I'm gonna turn my heat down a little more and sort of help my egg around that pan. You can see we have those nice bubbles. That's that result of that pan getting nice and hot before we put it in.
Would you like your spinach wilted a little bit in the pan too, or would you like it fresh in your omelet? Which do you prefer?
I think I normally like it a little fresh because that heat that's left over from our omelet is going to help cook it just a little bit.
But you could certainly cook your spinach if you like it a little bit more done and not so fresh. You could saute it in your pan, just slide your mushrooms over a little bit and throw a little spinach in there.
Okay. So my egg is fully set now, and I'm going to take my spatula, I'm going to flip it over and see we got that nice golden color on it. And these mushrooms are pretty well done. They're still going to have a little bit of texture to them, which is nice. They're not too soft. I'm going to take some of our spinach and put it in first. Now at this point, I've turned off my pan so that it doesn't overcook the egg, because there's still a lot of that extra heat because it's that steel pan, holds that heat really well. So we got my spinach in there. Take some of these mushrooms, spread them out. There you go. I'm gonna take a little bit of cheese. I personally like a lot of cheese in my omelets, but you can put however much that you want. And you can use different kinds of cheese. This is just a sharp cheddar that we shredded real fine. So now that we got everything in there, I'm gonna take it and fold it back over. And it'll sit for just a second and everything else will melt and it'll be ready to eat.
You want to make sure your sausage is cooked through all the way. It's because if it was a pork chop, you could cook it to a medium rare and leave a little bit of pink in there, but because we've ground it, we've handled it, and pressed it together, we want to make sure we've cooked it all the way through.
So while she's watching that, I'm gonna go around and grab a plate.
So we've got our omelet. I don't know if you can see under here. All our cheese is getting nice and melty. I'll turn that around for you. It's all coming together. Our spinach is just wilting a bit and our cheese is melting. Mushrooms are still nice and hot. And we're gonna get these all plated for you.
So when I got my plate, I'm just gonna take this omelet, I'm gonna slide it right off there.
Now, if you're looking for a vegetarian omelet, we've still got everything here. There's been no meat. We've used butter, we've used our cheese, our egg, and our spinach, mushrooms. Right now we have our sausage, so we can put this on the side. Today I think we're gonna put a sausage patty on the side there.
There you are.
Okay, maybe two, huh? You hungry?
Yeah.
There we go. And then there's also some really nice strawberries from the high tunnel. We can put those on there too. And there you go. There's your 2-egg omelet.
Comfort food can be healthy and quick to prepare as well. My friend Kobe Smith is going to show us how to make an excellent dish of dill, salmon, and asparagus.
So we're back here in the kitchen, and today we're going to do a sauteed asparagus with a dill salmon. First we're going to do the asparagus. Right now this is a wonderful spring vegetable. It's probably the cheapest time of the year that you're going to find it. The way that I like to do asparagus, I like to get the really young, pencil thin asparagus. And a lot of people don't know where to cut off the asparagus because we're not going to use the whole thing because a lot of this is tough. So what I'll do here is I'll take one sprig and simply just break it off. And wherever it breaks off, this is the part that I'm going to use. You know, they all kind of break apart at different places. So I'm just going to do enough for a serving. And all this right here, you could feed to your chickens, or you could actually make soup out of it. And so we've got our pan right now. It's starting to get a little hot. And just going to lightly saute it. We want to keep it nice and fresh and green. I hit it with just a little bit of lemon pepper. Gonna minimize our salt intake here for this dish. And we'll saute this for about 2 minutes. Or if you don't want to do it like this, you can actually put it on a sheet pan and roast it in the oven for about 10 minutes and get the same exact result. And so as you can see, our asparagus is nice and cooked. It's got a little color to it. It's still green, it's still a little firm and not real mushy. And so this is really how I like my asparagus. And we're gonna take this and we're just gonna plate it up real pretty light. There it is. And now we're gonna take our pan, same pan, I'm just gonna wipe it out a little bit. Now we're gonna get it hot. And so now I've got 2 salmon fillets. I'm gonna season this with some more lemon pepper. I like to use the lemon just because of the acidity. It actually seasons the food without using the sodium or the salt. And then I've got some dry dill leaves that we're just gonna season right here. Just a little bit of clarified butter. I'll get that good and hot, almost to smoking. Now we've got 2 pieces. We've got this is what I call the top, and then we have the bottom. I always like to cook the top first. So just like that. Okay. Now again, I'm going to take a little of our lemon pepper and a little bit of our dill, just like that. Now we're going to get a good sear on it. Once we get our salmon cooked, we're going to make a really quick pan sauce with just some lemons and some butter. Go ahead and flip these over. Now, as you can see, we got a really good sear on it. Cooking it this method doesn't take but just a few minutes, about 2 minutes on each side. That's a great thing about fish. It doesn't take long to cook and you don't want to overcook it. So we've got our plate here. We've already got our asparagus there. And we're going to know when this is done, when it kind of starts to flake apart a little bit. You can kind of see where it's a little translucent right there. Means we're almost there. We're going to take one of these pieces of salmon. We're going to plate just like that. Then we'll take this other one, just put it to the side. And so now we're going to make a quick little sauce for this. We're going to take our lemon juice. Like this. As you can see, got a little lemon seed in there we're going to scoop out. Now we're going to just take some cold butter. Just a pat or two. As you can see, we got a nice little frothy sauce from our lemon juice and our butter. We're gonna just keep moving it around so we don't want to break the butter. We want to keep it whole, and then we've got a nice little pan sauce that goes right over the top of that. And maybe we'll take one of our little lemon wedges to garnish, and just to spruce it up a little bit, I've got a little Cajun seasoning. We'll just kind of dust it right there. And then you have a really, really quick asparagus and salmon dish brought to you by your friends at Carti.
Hankering for something sweet? If your pantry's a little shy of ingredients, Kelly Marks has you covered. She's going to show us how to make oatmeal cookies with these little flavored oatmeal packets.
Hi, I'm Kelly Marks of Sweet Love, and welcome to my kitchen at home. For our quarantine baking, I thought it would be fun to just kind of poke around and see what I had in the pantry. And I realized at some point I thought I was going to eat a lot of oatmeal. So I had all these little oatmeal packets and thought these would make really great breakfast cookies. So today I'm going to be using this raisin, date, and walnut package. I've also got some maple or brown sugar that would make some delicious cookies. This one is super simple. Everything just goes right into the bowl. Mix it up. You don't need a stand mixer or a hand mixer or anything. Just do it with a bowl. Very easy for the kids. So we have got a 1/4 cup of butter going in right here. And it's melted, so we're not even gonna have to cream it. I've got a 1/4 cup of brown sugar going in as well. Just gonna get that kind of mixed and combined. Then I've got 1 cup of flour. And for leavener and for a little bit of seasoning, I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Now I'm going to add 1 egg. And the last thing to go in is our oatmeal packet. And what's great about this is it's got our oatmeal, it's got our seasoning, it's also got walnuts and raisins, so it's got all these fun inclusions in our cookies. Now if you wanted to add a little bit more, you could add like a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. We could also add some extra raisins, dates, any kind of nuts that you might have in your pantry. But what's great about the little packet is that it's already got everything in it ready to go. So now that it's pulled together, I'm just gonna take my handy little scoop and kind of push it together here. And then in this bowl, I've got some cinnamon and sugar, and I'm just gonna toss this kind of like you would a snickerdoodle cookie, and then put it right on the tray. Give it a little smash, and then just keep scooping the rest. You're gonna get about 8 to 10 cookies out of this, which is a nice amount for a little snack if you just want something in the afternoon to pick you up, or breakfast for the week. So go through, scoop all of them out, and we're gonna bake them in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. And I've already got some that are done, so let's check those out. Delicious. They're crinkly, they are soft, and then they've got just a nice little crumb to them. They're not too sweet, so they're perfect for breakfast. And like I said, so easy for the kids to do. Hope you guys enjoy.
Cheese dip. It's very particular to Arkansas, especially Central Arkansas, where a restaurant can make or break it depending on the quality of their cheese dip. And today I'm going to show you how to make it. We're going to start off with our pot over medium heat. And we're going to take our butter and go ahead and put it right into the pot and get it melting. It's a whole stick of butter. The Donnelly family began serving cheese dip at Mexico Chiquito. They're credited with coming up with a recipe all the way back in 1935. Other restaurants followed suit. Pancho's, a Mexican restaurant that's very well known in West Memphis, came up with its own variety in 1956. And in the 1980s, the Blue Mesa Grill in Little Rock is credited with the very first ever white cheese dip. Today, one of the most famous cheese dips you're going to find is at Stobie's, which is a Conway favorite. Native son Chris Allen won American Idol and praised the fantastic dip at Stobie's, making it a worldwide sensation. Now that my butter has melted, I'm going to incorporate 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. The key here is not to develop a dark roux, but to simply make sure all of the flour is fully incorporated and cooked. adding this step to your cheese dip ensures that it'll have that appropriate cling on the chip. That didn't take long at all. It's time for our spices. For this operation, we're going to switch to a whisk to make sure that all of the ingredients get incorporated properly. We're going to start off with 1 teaspoon of chili powder, then a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half of a teaspoon of dry mustard, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of hot pepper sauce. And now, the milk. We're going to add 2 cups, more if we need it. Making sure all those spices are fully incorporated. See, that doesn't take long at all. And now the cheese. This is definitely just American cheese. I get it thick sliced in my local deli. I only add a few pieces at a time because I want it to completely melt. You want to make sure that you can get up underneath the entirety of the dip so that nothing burns the bottom. Once you have your cheese, your spices, and your milk incorporated into your flour and butter, you have cheese dip. Now you can serve it directly from the pot, or if it's going to be a little while before it's served, put it in a fondue pot or a crock pot on simmer so it will stay warm and gooey. Oh, would you look at that? It's glorious. It sticks to the spatula. It sheets down. This cheese dip is ready to serve. Let's give it a shot. The traditional way to enjoy cheese dip is with tortilla chips. They're very sturdy and they have a large surface area. But I like mine with the thick, wavy cut potato chips. This right here is called the Little Rock roll, and that's whenever you roll your chip so all the dip stays on your chip and doesn't drop on your shirt. Let's give it a shot. Hungry for more? Stay tuned. There's plenty to come.
Don't go away. There's more home cooking with Kat and Friends coming up. And welcome to the Arkansas PBS studios. I'm Karen Cooper, and I'm here with our very good friend, Kat Robinson. We're here to talk to you about this great program and to talk to you about supporting Arkansas PBS so we can continue to bring programs like this your way. Now, before I go and actually talk to Kat about how this particular program came to be, I'd like to go through some of the wonderful thank you gifts we have available for your support. If you're loving this program and you'd like to have the DVD for your gift of $60 or becoming a sustainer at $5 a month ongoing, we'll send you the DVD of the program, and on the DVD there's going to be additional chefs and recipes for you to look at. It's ones that didn't make it into the program itself, but it'll be on the DVD. Now, at the gift level of $120 or $10 a month as a sustainer, you have a choice. One of 4 of Kat Robinson's books. And I'm going to turn it over to Kat because she is the expert and tell you all about them.
There's so much to celebrate in the natural state when it comes to our culinary offerings. And if you love to cook, the book that you need to get yourself around the state is Arkansas Food, the A to Z of cooking in the natural state, which has all sorts of recipes from apple butter to zucchini bread, including 5 different recipes for cheese dip, including the one that we just did today, which is right here, a Chiquito style cheese dip. There's more than 130 different recipes in this book, along with more than 450 full color photos. This is the book for the Arkansas cook. But say you're not much of a cookbook fanatic, or you'd rather have somebody else cook with you. Well, that's where this book comes in. This is 101 Things to Eat in Arkansas Before You Die. Exactly what it says on the cover. A full color guide to the best dishes in the natural state. It's set together by regions. In fact, I was just opening it up at random. Here is the trout and the trout pate at DeVito's Family DeVito's Family Restaurant at Bear Creek Springs up just north of Harrison, or say you want to go to the Delta and get yourself some hoodats up there at Bald Knob. You can go all over the state, and whenever you're done hitting all these great restaurants, you also have 102 more things to eat in Arkansas before you die. More restaurants, more great dishes that you are going to absolutely adore. And if you like pie, there's one great guide, the singular travel guide for food lovers, especially pie lovers. Another Slice of Arkansas Pie, the companion book to Larry Foley's documentary Make Room for Pie, which you might have seen someone you know in. This has more than 400 listings for great restaurants that serve pie all over the state. Not just restaurants, there's also bakeries, truck stops, antique malls, food trucks, you name it, it's in here. This is another great opportunity and our gift to you.
Well, and while you're thinking about which of one of those you may want to finally choose, we have another option. We have the PBS Nerd Apron, which is being modeled by the lovely Kat. So not only can you support the programs that you like to watch on Arkansas PBS, but you can show your support as you are playing around in your kitchen and making things from scratch, which I would envy you being able to do that because I can't. But here's the thing, if you've been thinking about which one of those books, you don't really have to decide. For your gift of $360 or choosing to be a sustainer at $30 a month ongoing, we'll send you the DVD with all those extra chefs and recipes. We'll send you all 4 books and the apron. It's just our way of saying thank you. And also know that any of those gift levels, there'll be a separate little recipe book that's going to go along with it that are the recipes from the show, the program that you're seeing. So you kind of get a little extra bonus with just about everything. So love the fact that you're watching. Hope that also that you realize that with any one of these gift levels, you'll have access to Passport, which is our streaming service. So at $60 and above or $5 a month or more as a sustainer, you'll get over 1,000 hours of programming that you can watch on any device that you choose at any time that you choose. It's just kind of that little extra thing that we like to be able to provide you for supporting your public television station at Arkansas PBS. Now, one of the easiest ways that you can go ahead and do that, and we've been talking about it here, is by choosing to be a sustainer. So that $5 a month ongoing or $10 a month ongoing, all the way up to $30 a month ongoing or more. That's an easy way for you to budget your gift. And it also allows Arkansas PBS to look at what we have on a monthly basis to make sure that we have the funds needed for the larger PBS program buy, as well as other programs that we purchase separate from that we think you love, you've told us you love, or to find new things that we'd like to bring to you. So give us a call at 1-800-662-2386 and let us know that you want to support your public television station. And now, Kat, how did this program come to be?
Well, for more than a decade now, we've all been shooting our food. Maybe not the way that our ancestors did, but with cell phone cameras. In fact, social media has for many years been filled with images taken from our different restaurants and very gorgeous looking dishes. We're now seeing a trend where more people are cooking at home and sharing what they are making at their own home, in their kitchens, and sharing with their family. So we wanted to create a program that celebrated this moment in history. Not only just people who come and show, I'm making this dish, but where those dishes are coming from. Many of them are digging into their libraries at home and pulling out the old church cookbooks, or they're getting that card file that their grandmother had put all her recipes in, and they're making these dishes and they're showcasing what we've eaten over a great period of time. We love being able to share these with you. So not only do we have the program that you're seeing tonight, but if you go to myarkansaspbs.org, you're going to see even more of these cooks that are all across Arkansas making dishes that you're probably going to want to try in your home.
Well, and I love the fact too that they're taking these kind of tried and true recipes, but they're also adapting them.
Yes.
They're just, you know, instead of running out because I don't have something, they're actually just kind of reaching into their pantry and making things happen.
They're making things, they're becoming, they're using their imagination to take recipes that they've had in the family and try something different. So maybe you would use something with apples, but now they're using pears, or maybe you don't have the right type of cheese, or maybe you just have a few things. This is a great opportunity to celebrate.
All right, well, we're going to go back to home cooking with Kat and friends, but stay tuned after that because I'll be back again with Kat.
Welcome back to Home Cooking with Kat and Friends. I'm Kat Robinson. Green tomatoes. Now, whether they are picked early or are windfalls from a summer storm, they make the basis for our most popular condiment to go with fried catfish, green tomato relish. But in the 1980s, a book called Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe by Franny Flagg and its subsequent movie brought the side dish to national attention. My friend Ken Dempsey, though, elevates it even more with a recipe he created from items he found in his own pantry, taking it from humble side dish to noble world-class entree.
Hello everybody, Chef Ken Dempsey here. My daughter, I think, may know what we're doing. What do you think we're doing?
Fried green tomatoes.
Fried green tomatoes, you
And
knew.
they're gonna be really yummy.
Yes, they are. You know why? Because you're gonna help. Ha-ha! She didn't know that. These are gonna have a little twist though. First twist, instead of a regular breadcrumb, we have, these are also from the market we go to at Me McGee Market here close to where I live, about 10 minutes away. Some pork rinds. That's the crust that we're gonna use. Just crushed up pork rinds. In our shrimp, avocado, fresh corn, onion, tomato salsa, we are gonna put strawberries in there. I know, it's a little weird, but I'm telling you, the little sweetness on top of the really savory green tomato is gonna be delicious. All right, we have some really simple ingredients for our shrimp salsa that we're gonna do. Got some nice shrimp, some grape tomatoes, red onion, have an avocado from Mexico, fresh corn on the cob that I also found at Me McGee Market today, and those beautiful strawberries. And here's the green tomatoes that I've salt and peppered, little flour to start off with, then the egg wash, and then going down with the pork rinds and into the grease. We're gonna season this shrimp with a little rub that I make for my barbecue. Happens to go really well with just about everything. Get a nice little turn. Sizzle, sizzle. These are gonna cook for about 2 minutes on each side. I want to try to get a little sear on there. When they're done, we're gonna chop them up. We're combining all those ingredients. All right, it's been about a minute and a half. I'm gonna turn my shrimp. So you can see that. That's kind of the color we're looking for. This cast iron's really hot. As soon as I get these turned, I'm going to turn the heat off and remove the pan from the heat. So that's going to carry plenty of heat to finish the rest of the shrimp up. Alright, my shrimp have come out of the pan, cooled off a little bit. I stuck them in the freezer for about 5 minutes. And all I'm going to do is give these things a chop, each one of them. I know it seems a little tedious, but it's worth it. Alright, all my shrimp are chopped up in the bowl. Lots of shrimp. Good stuff. Tomatoes in. There you go. You want to do the corn? Take care. Got it? There you go. Berries. You're going to get some. Avocados. Alright, take your green tomato. Put it in the flour. There you go. All the way around. Boop, boop, boop. Flip it over. Yep, there you go. A little shake. Give it a little shake. Alright, now put it in the egg wash. There you go. Put it in our pork rinds. Just put it in there. There you go. Pick up some of that with your dry hand. There you go. That's why you keep one of your hands dry, so you can pick up dry stuff. That'll work. Both sides, give a little press. Fried green tomatoes. I've got 3 over here done already. I'm gonna throw this in the oil. A couple at a time. Oil should be about 350. Cook for a couple minutes till they're golden brown. Done with the tomatoes, golden brown, pork rind crusted. Take my shrimp, strawberry, salsa, whatever you want to call it, deliciousness, right on top. Made some remoulade earlier. It's just a mayo based. Got some sriracha, little sugar, some herbs. Finish it off with some cilantro. There we have fried green tomatoes with a little summer shrimp, strawberry. You call it what you want. We're just gonna eat it.
One of my favorite Arkansas cookbooks is Feast of Eden, written by Ruby Thomas of the Red Apple Inn up in Heber Springs. This is one of the best examples of mid-century Arkansas cookbook that you can find anywhere. Now, Ruby's grandson, Scott McGee, and co-proprietor John Beachboard of Zaza Pizza and Salads join us to share with us a great recipe for grilled pizza, which is incidentally grilled on a PK grill, which is another Arkansas product. Check it out.
Hey guys, Scott McGee here, John Beachboard, founders and owners of Zaza Pizza, and we are here today to show you how to take some pizza fixings home and make some incredible grilled pizza on our PK grill or your grill. So it comes with our incredible house-made San Marzano tomato sauce, some really good mozzarella, our pepperonis, cherry tomatoes, fresh basil, Parmigiano Reggiano, and tube dough balls. And of course the box, which you will need.
And so we've got a hot side here and we have a cold side here.
All right, John, let's put a little flour on there. And John's gonna start just kind of pressing the dough with his fingers. You want to make it relatively thin. You can use a rolling pin to do this. We're used to doing it with our hands. That's just kind of our method.
And here's the other thing. If you can make a circular pizza, perfect. This does not have to be the most pretty thing in the world.
This
can
be the
ugly,
ugliest thing.
it can be misshaped.
Delicious.
The more misshaped it is, the more delicious it's going to be, I promise. You can get holes in it. You can do all types of things on a grill method that you otherwise wouldn't.
There we go. That's looking good. We'll get it a little thinner maybe. And you can, if you get a big hole, you can, after you put it on here, you can then kind of close it up. You can suture it up by pressing it with your fingers.
So I'm gonna put it on here. And I'm gonna patch these holes with my fingers a little bit. And I'm not really gonna care because it's gonna be delicious. Oh, go ahead.
Yep. Okay, so now we're gonna put it on the grill. And you're gonna start on the hot side. And it's going to take about a minute or two. You probably want to rotate it once after about a minute. And you want the bottom to be a little bit brown and crispy all over, but not burned. Maybe a little bit.
Let's set a 1 minute timer. All right, so we're right at about a minute. The side closest over here is a little bit hotter. Now,
that's pretty.
Use tongs, but I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees from where it was. I'm going to put it back.
Yeah, probably another
Back
minute
down.
at this point. Depending on the heat, it'll take probably about 2 minutes. If you're a little bit too hot, maybe a little less. If you're a little too cool, maybe a little bit more.
If you like it like my dad likes it, which is completely and totally black,
Yeah,
go longer, go hotter. If
Yeah.
you like it perfect, the right way, go a little bit lower, go a little bit slower.
Yeah, a little. We actually did a tester before this, and the fire was too hot, and it was one of the best pizzas I've had in like 2 years. These big bumps, you can kind of poke them down a little bit.
Well, we're gonna flatten it all out. So look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. I like it. I like to do that first side until it's pretty. It has a tiny bit of delicious char on it. Now we've rotated this thing. Let's check the bottom. It should be like a little bit of char, nice and golden brown. Now you don't even need flour when you flip it. You flip it onto the box.
We're gonna flip it upside down.
Yeah, so we're gonna make this side with all the sauce and cheese and stuff, and then put it back on the grill. So next, he's gonna build it just like you build any pizza. A little tomato sauce, and you know we give you probably more tomato sauce than you need because you don't want it. You don't want to just kill it with tomato sauce. Usually Napoli-style pizza, you're going to use a little bit higher quality but fewer ingredients. And so spread the sauce out. Try to get it right, kind of close to the edge, so that you have that delicious cheese and sauce, and not too much dough on the edge. We like to say kind of a thumbnail as a standard. And you know, you could use a little more sauce than that, but I think that looks like plenty. So you're probably going to have a little extra sauce at home. Cheese. You have 2 containers of cheese, and John's going to spread it kind of evenly, and he's going to kind of get it to the edges. There you go, perfect. Now, pepperoni, if it's your thing. I think we include 12 or 15 pepperonis in this box.
I'm only gonna use 5 or 6.
Yeah, because everyone likes to just eat a couple pepperonis on top of what they put on their pizza. You want to put some tomato on it now or later, John?
Let's do it. Let's do it late. Let's do it when we put it on the grill.
Dig it.
So
Okay. So now we're going to put it on the cold side to kind of melt everything. But if we need to, towards the end, if it's not brown enough on the bottom, we can switch it to the hot side.
You want to throw some tomatoes on now?
Yeah, why not?
Well, let's wait a minute.
Yeah.
So we're gonna set another 1 minute timer.
When you're cooking the second side, it might take 4 or 5 minutes depending on how hot your grill is. You want to cook it much longer on the second side to help. And I also have it closed to hold in that temperature so that you can kind of create an oven in there so that you're melting the cheese and all the ingredients on the top of the pizza. So now we're giving a little rotation. Now we can put some more ingredients now, John, if you want to.
Let's do it.
Yeah. We're gonna put some, I mean, I love just the raw cherry tomatoes on there, but I also like them cooked. I mean, it's just 2 different animals, both delicious. You wanna put a little Parmigiano Reggiano now or at the end?
Let's do it.
Yeah, a little Parmigiano Reggiano, one of my favorite cheeses in the world. So now, it's been a couple minutes on the cold side, so we've melted a lot of that cheese on top, kind of warmed things up. But how's the bottom looking, John? Is it still pretty blonde?
Bottom is still really blonde.
So
I'll
we're
let
gonna
you
move
take a look under there. Still really blonde.
So we're gonna move it back to the hot side at this point, and we're gonna finish the pizza and get it nice and charred on the bottom. This is the point where you kind of have to lift up the bottom every 30, 45 seconds and just kind of check and keep rotating it a little bit. It's really simple. It slides around on that grill really easy. It's much easier than a pizza you would do like in a wood burning oven or something like that. But at this point, John will just check it every 30 seconds or so, and we like it a little more charred than most. I mean, John and I like our pizza about, you know, what other people might say burned, but we call it beautiful crispy char.
I'm still gonna give it a rotation here too, if I can. I'm just using my tongs.
All right, so it's been about 2 minutes on the first side, about 5 on the second side. How's it looking over there? Oh my gosh, that's it. Crisp, beautiful, charred, delicious. We'll put it on a.
You know what? We've got a pizza box.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't even need a fancy wooden platter. You got a pizza box to put it on. Everything you need but the flour, pretty much. I mean, did we use anything but flour and a little oil for the grill? Yeah, so that's it, man. That is the finished product right there. And, you know, when you're done with it, throw a little Parmesan on there. Why not? Look at that. Let's get a beauty shot here real quick.
Come on.
All right. There you go. Yeah, throw some green on there. We're gonna give you plenty of fresh basil. Let's give this a shot. See what you think, Johnny. All right, look at that. Ooh. Ooh, that was freaking good.
Our kitchens aren't just places to fill our bellies. They're also gathering places for our families. Zara Abassi shows us how to make delightful, natural strawberry popsicles with just 2 ingredients and a couple of accomplices.
Hey guys, my name is Zara Abassi and I'm a pastry chef and a recipe developer here in Little Rock, and I've got a fun little recipe for you for strawberry popsicles that you can make with your kids. If you don't have any kids, you can find some on the street like I did. I just found these 2 kids roaming around and they're gonna help me today, right, little strange kids? Yeah?
Not strange.
Oh, sorry, you live here? Who are you?
Amila.
Oh, this is Amila, and who are you?
Razik.
This is Razik. So, just kidding, obviously, they're my kids. And they're gonna help us make some strawberry popsicles. Have you made strawberry popsicles before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? So this is something that we've made before, and it's super simple and it's fun to do. Strawberries are in season right now, so let's go over the ingredients very quickly. They're not that many, but we have some fresh Arkansas strawberries. These are sweet and they're in season, and the best time to use them is right now. You can even freeze them for later. We have a little bit of sugar because we don't know how sweet they are. We might want them a little bit sweeter. And then we have a popsicle mold. Obviously you need the sticks as well. So these are really all the things you need to make really spectacular strawberry popsicles. So what we're gonna do is we're going to cut these up. So what you wanna do is cut up your strawberries and taste one. Obviously you want to see how sweet your berries are and how much more sugar you need, if you need anything at all. You might not. We wanted a little bit more sweeter, so this is about 2 cups of cut up fresh berries, and we used a little bit less than a 1/4 cup of sugar, and we let it sit. So I'll show you a close-up. When you let strawberries and sugar sit for a while, what happens is they start releasing their own juice, and this is exactly what you want for it to create its own syrup, because that means juices are coming out and sugar is going in. So that's what you want, and creates a lovely little sauce too. All right, you guys ready? This is where you guys come in, okay? You want to taste one?
Yeah.
And find out if it's sweet enough for us? Here, why don't you grab one, that little piece. You think that's sweet enough? What do you think? We need more sugar or more berries? Or is it good?
A little bit more sugar.
A little bit more sugar? Okay. So we're gonna take just a little bit because the chefs have spoken, but not too much, because what's gonna happen is as they sit, they're gonna get sweeter. So this is what we're gonna do. Take all of these berries and pour them in here, and then what do you think the most important thing to do is when you're blending something?
Make sure the cap is on.
Cap is on tight, because you don't wanna wear this. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend this up. It might get a little bit loud, so we'll see you in a second after this blends. Okay, I think that's blended enough. What do you think, Razik?
Yeah.
What do you think, Amila?
Yeah.
Okay, Razik, you helped blend it, and now Amila, you're gonna help us. Lucky for us, we have a sink close by. Look at this nifty thing. It's a little cup, and it bends, so you can pour into little places. So if you pour from here, you would make a mess. But because you pour from here, it's gonna be a lot easier. All right, you guys wanna pour half and half? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have our popsicle mold. You can get it from pretty much anywhere nowadays. Amila, I'm gonna switch places with you. Fill it up to right here, do a few, and then let Razik do a few too. That's good. Okay, let Razik do a few. So you can do more if you want to. What we're gonna end up with is about 6 popsicles, but we have a lot more berries, so we may do another batch. Okay, so we've got them blended, we've got them in the molds. Depending on how your mold works, you're gonna secure the top, and then you're gonna put a popsicle stick in, not all the way because it's gonna poke through the other end. And then I'm gonna have Razik, you can do a couple, and Amila, here you go, you do that side, Razik, you do that side. And then we'll show you a frozen popsicle that we made last time. Wish we had batches and batches of it, but we went through them pretty quickly, didn't we? Okay, look at this. This is what the final product looks like. Our final Lone Ranger that's left from our last batch, so we could show you. And if you have only one, what do? Do you give it to this strange kid that I just found, or this kid? Or we could be nice and give it to the cameraman.
Cooking for family and cooking with your family is an opportunity to connect with your roots. Today, we've shared recipes fit for the finest restaurants and some down-home favorites while celebrating what's on our plates here in the natural state. I hope you've become more inspired to explore Arkansas's culinary heritage and offerings. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back to the Arkansas PBS studios. I hope you enjoyed home cooking with Kat and Friends as much as I did. I'm Karen Cooper, and I am here again with the wonderful Kat Robinson. So excited to have her with us. So, Kat, let's talk about, especially my favorite in that last segment was the fried green tomatoes.
Oh, my heavens. But of course, I have a recipe for fried green tomatoes in Arkansas food. And, you know, it's not quite as elaborate as what Ken Dempsey shows us, but I have the one from Cottom's in the city, or Cottom's Mercantile, before, of course, it burned in here. And then, of course, fried pickles, which are an Arkansas creation.
Yep.
This is Burnell Austin, who created the very first fried pickle. The closest you can get any day is at the Old South up in Russellville, which in itself opened since 1947. Elvis ate there. It's on the National Historic Register. And then, of course, I have a couple of different recipes for fried pickles in the book. These books are pretty handy.
They are.
The show, though, is also very handy because you're seeing that it's not just me out there. We're a whole community of food lovers, and we love to bring great stuff to the table.
I know. We have some wonderful thank you gifts around the show. So if you are interested in a DVD of the show, Home Cooking with Kat and Friends, we have that available for a gift of $60, or choosing to be a sustainer at $5 a month ongoing. And know that on that DVD, you'll have the program, but you're also going to see other segments of chefs and their recipes, those that didn't make it into the program, but came in along with everything else. You know, there were too many for us to be able to include it all. So that's available for that gift. If you can make a gift of $120 or choose to be a sustainer at $10 a month ongoing, we have a choice of one of 4 of Kat's wonderful books. And I'm going to let her kind of talk through all of that because she's the expert.
If you want to know everything about Arkansas food, from apple butter to zucchini bread, this is the book for you. This is Arkansas Food, the A to Z of eating in the natural state. 450 full-color photographs, like the photos here of the Stobies at Stobies Restaurant here in Conway, and strawberries from Holland Bottom Farms, and so many other great places across the state of Arkansas. Literally 130 plus recipes for everything that you ever might want in Arkansas. But say you're not up to cooking. You like to watch people cook, but you'd rather try food that somebody else makes. Well, this is the book for you. 101 things to eat in Arkansas before you die. Exactly what it says on the cover. Dishes from 101 different restaurants around the natural state, including the tamale spread at Pasquale's Tamales down at West Helena, Arkansas. In fact, that is my friend Joe St. Columbia there, 3rd generation tamale maker. You can travel all over the natural state by region and discover great dishes that you're going to want to eat again and again. When you run out here, head over to 102 more things to eat in Arkansas before you die. Once again, sent out by regions all over the state with really neat places to go, like Elizabeth's up in Batesville, or go over here, Beach Street Bistro down in Crossett, Arkansas. Places you might not normally go, but these are wonderful places to eat all across the natural state. And if you really love pie, this is the travel guide for pie lovers, another slice of Arkansas pie. This book is the companion to the Arkansas PBS program produced by Larry Foley, Make Room for Pie. It has more than 400 different destinations, restaurants, bakeries, truck stops, food trucks, antique malls, anywhere that you might find pie in Arkansas. It's in this book. any of these could be our gift to you.
And if you're trying to figure out which one of those books you may want to select, consider showing your love for PBS by making a gift of $144 or choosing to be a sustainer at $12 a month and choose the PBS Nerd apron, of which the lovely Kat is modeling for us. So you can show the support that you have for PBS and for PBS programming. Now, if you don't want to have to make a decision about one of those books, why not make a gift of $360 or choose to be an ongoing sustainer at $30 a month, and we'll wind up sending you the DVD with all the extra chefs on it. We'll send you all 4 of the books and the apron just as our way of saying thank you. And in addition to that, at any one of those levels, we also have the small recipe book that goes along with home cooking with Kat and Friends. So you're going to have the best of everything. In addition, knowing that when you do that, you are supporting absolutely fabulous programming available on Arkansas PBS, not only just at times like these, but all the time, all the way throughout the year. So one of the easiest ways you can do that is by becoming a sustainer. It allows you to budget things on a monthly basis. It also allows Arkansas PBS to look ahead and be able to see on a monthly basis what is available in order to make our programming purchases, especially if there's something new that we'd like to get because we think you'd enjoy seeing it.
If this program made you hungry tonight and you want more, you need to head to myarkansaspbs.org for recipes, not only from our cooks that didn't make the program just for length of time, but for some of my recipes, including the recipe for the Old King Cole Spanish eggplant, which is featured in Arkansas Food. The Old King Cole was the oldest drive-in restaurant for quite some time in Arkansas, opened in the 1920s, and let me tell you, this recipe is excellent. Or you can see how I fry up some good old-fashioned yellow squash. I even talk about the history of sugared rice, the great forgotten breakfast dish here in the state of Arkansas. MyArkansasPBS.org also has all sorts of different links, not only to links here in our show, but information about all the great programs that My Arkansas PBS has to offer. When it comes to Arkansas food, there's so much that we can celebrate here. So we're glad to be able to offer not only my cooking, but all the great cooking that you can get from many of the chefs we have right here around the state.
How could you go wrong with any of this information? So please support your public television station here at Arkansas PBS. Go ahead, call or go online, make a pledge of support, do it at whatever level is comfortable for you. Ask for one of these fabulous thank you gifts. Explore the website for more information. And I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to those who have already made your gift. You really help a lot. If you're still thinking about it, there's time. And a big thank you to Kat Robinson for being here with us.